Geoff,
Yeah.
3-0 win away at Hackney Wick. We're playing in Witton, as I've been told to call it. But amazingly confident, dominant away performance, backing up what happened midweek. Must be really
I mean, it was professional. I mean, I wouldn't say it's our best performance of the season, but it's professional, and that's what you need in this sort of league. And when you can win games like that, when predominantly you're quite dominant, you're always going to take it, especially away from home. And again, it's always confidence. It's a confidence builder, for the players. Off the back of the draws that we were having, we just knew when you're on a run like that, it either goes two ways. You either start losing games or you start winning games. And we just felt we was more on the edge of closer to winning games. It's just converting sort of large chances, and I think we're starting to do that a bit more, and also scoring the first goal again, which is obviously very important in games at this sort of level, because it just gives you a platform to play and a platform of confidence, to sort of like execute your game plan. We knew what to expect with them, and they remind me a lot of where we used to play Soma a lot, with tricky individual players, lots of youth exuberance and stuff, but we always felt we could get them in terms of the experience, and if the game's not going their way, we could manage the game a bit better. Obviously credit to Bobby and Ernest and what they're doing here, with the young players. It transcends beyond football, so it's great to see sort of the young players given a platform to play at this sort of level. But as I said, for this sort of game, I felt, if we could, execute our game plan, we would win the game. And, we scored at the vital times, the right times. Obviously, they missed a penalty, which was good, which might have changed the game at that time. But, and what's happening a lot this last few games is our bench is really making a difference. And it's really good for them as well to see them coming on and feel a part of it as well.
Okay. Okay. So we've just talked about it. Noah scored a goal really early on. It settled the team, I think. But we did a really professional and good job of letting them know where we are and where they are.
Was that a question?
Yeah. It was more an open-ended statement, but
we did. I was just chatting to Adam about it now. Actually, it was kind of a weird game in the sense that they had a lot of the ball, they had a lot of the attacking play, but it felt though you knew you were in a game against them, and all credit to them for that. They were physical, quite technical in certain areas. Didn't really feel like they were ever going to score a goal, which is quite a common feeling I think we have a lot, where we don't, in games where we play against teams who do like to play the technical stuff, and to be fair, they were good today, and but yeah, as I said, I didn't really feel that threatened by them throughout the game. So it's quite an interesting one, and like the pace of the game never really changed. Like from minute one, they were kind of on the front foot, and we all like straight away looked dangerous on the break, and the goal we scored, like Noah's goal, it's exactly what everyone's been asking him to do for so long. Efficient in his movement, touches, and finishing. That's textbook counter-attack play basically. So, and then basically that was the format of the game. It seemed to me that it followed through the whole 90 minutes. So we were talking about it after the game. All the subs who came on, no drop in quality, no drop in intensity. So shout out to everyone in that regard. But a bit of an odd game to feel like they probably had a lot of the ball, but can't win 3-0.
I spend a lot of time talking about Jack and saves he made. There was no real save that Jack made today, was there? No.
I think it's from what Charlie said. It came because him and Adam in particular organised really well and organised early. So it meant that even though they did have a lot of the ball and they shifted it, people just shifted positions across. And then when we did need to defend one-on-one, like when Julie and Bailey had to defend one-on-one, they did it really well. And then we kind of picked up at the second balls. And then again, like what you mentioned, Noah and Fred I thought were really dangerous today. Like they made intelligent runs, and it also like sometimes when you are a bit up against it, just having that release, like in the right areas, they held it well, like got us out a bit, that made a massive difference as well.
Okay. No, I mean, they did have a chance to get back in with the penalty. They skied it.
I mean, from a manager's perspective, that's something you just don't want to see. Two players arguing.
Three players arguing.
Potentially, but again, that I'll probably would say influence him because that delays the kick. you know, and then, you know, there's a lot of pressure now because other players wanting to take it. You're now under pressure. You don't know if everyone's behind you in terms of wanting you to score. You know, he nearly subbed I think the taker to stop him from taking it. You know, and it adds to the fiasco, doesn't it? You know, and we were quite confident that he wasn't going to score after all that.
We were as well down that end.
He got a lot of grief from us. Basically, the 2-minute period where they were fighting over it. As soon as we sensed that there was any kind of like conflict between those two, just getting both of their heads. And
Okay.
I'm sorry to say.
We had our own penalty, which I should say. Fred got tripped up by the keeper, and then we got a penalty, and Briggsy stuck that away without any arguments at all in the team. Amazing stuff.
No, I tried to take it off. That's what you get for Briggs. I mean, like, it's, you know, obviously taking penalties is a technical thing, but it's, you know, as much of that, it's a mental thing as well. And Briggs is unflappable in that regard. So there's no danger with him basically. So
Terry got third. Put the game away. I mean, the penalty miss, and we're 2-0 up, and maybe they're getting back in, but Terry got in the near postish finish.
Yeah, I mean, he's been threatening to do
but
that.
it was really good finish.
Yeah, he's been threatening to do that for the last few games, really. He's been bright when he's come on, could have scored a couple on Tuesday night. So, and that's what we asked really for the players off the bench, just to make an impact, you know, especially when the game it could be slightly at a different tempo, when they're having to push on more gaps in behind, you know, just take your chance really. And most of the subs, to be fair, all of them really knocking on the door, they've all sort of got a case to say, like, I can be starting on Tuesday, and that's really what they want, competition. And obviously players out the squad as well, so it's very difficult to leave certain players out, but that's what you want really. As I said, we've got a lot of volume of games, you know, so it's about slightly being patient and just waiting for your opportunity, be sharp in training, knock on the door, and then eventually you will get in. So we as a squad, we're just trying to grow and build and learn, you know, with every game, and obviously now we move on to a small game on Tuesday.
Small game on Tuesday, but before we do that, we should say we're playing Hackney Wick, and
Local derby.
A local derby, and we're in, I believe it's pronounced Whittam. So we're like 40-50 miles away from Hackney.
Yeah.
And that shouldn't happen.
Oh no, of course. You know, in London, I mean, there are teams, you know, formulating all the time, really. So obviously, the fight for spaces and grounds in London is really particular. So obviously, there's that case in terms of obviously making more grounds available for clubs to use. But yeah, a club like Hackney, in such a big borough, should be playing in Hackney. I've often said it before. You know, really, you know, with all the sort of the players and infrastructure and all the youth services that they've got, you know, they'll benefit from a club in Hackney. You know, all the young players playing for a local club as well, giving them a platform to maybe push on. So we should be playing in Hackney. You know, I don't know. Obviously, I know the club are trying to find ways and means, you know, to try and get something sorted. But we'll support anything that they need. Like, because the more local clubs within London, the better it is for the young players and, you know, the young people as well.
Okay. El Clapico, as people are calling it.
You're not happy about that?
One person on Twitter is calling it El Clapico. I'm quite happy to go with it, to be honest. But yeah, Tuesday night, obviously a big match. Turnaround's quite quick.
Yeah, that's this league, isn't it? And obviously, I think when the fixtures came out, there was only 6. So when that wasn't in there, I think people again were waiting to see when this game was put into the diary. And you know, I think if it was a Saturday game, it could have probably broke the attendance record. But still, I think
we might break the attendance record even on Tuesday.
Well, we'll have to see, isn't it?
Yeah.
So again, we'll have to make sure we've got enough stewards for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a game that's obviously been long in the making. I know, and I said before, it's really a chance for us to celebrate where we've come from. You know, we started at step 8. They were originally at step 5, you know, and we're now, you know, in the same league. So, and for where we started in 2018, we've never looked back really as a club. You know, we've grown and grown on and off the pitch. So it's a chance for us to really celebrate where we are and where we're looking to head to.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Well played.